Hey, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of the Daily D. Today's topic is education. So, what comes to mind when you think of the word education? Many people would say school, right? College, university. These are the most common forms of what we call education today. Now, the challenge there is what is an education? So, an education is the gathering of knowledge. It comes from the root word adute. And that means to gain knowledge, to gather knowledge. Now, I hear many people, including myself at a younger age, who said, I need to go get a degree. I have to go to college. I have to go get my bachelor's degree, my associate's degree, my master's degree, my doctoral degree, my doctor's degree, medical, right? Everybody has, in some way, shape, or form, expressed that interest because, to be very honest, as a country, as a culture, as a global community, if you will, it is bestowed or told, not bestowed, it's a bad word. It's told to us that is what you need to do to what? To be successful. You must get a degree. You must pursue education. And I'm here to tell you they are 100% right, at least as far as education is concerned. But the challenge there being is that education, when really just thought about as just information, can really be detrimental. It really could be a bad thing. You see, if you think about the word university, it means universal, which means getting information about a lot of things, right? It's geography or science, rather, and geography and mathematics and English literature. It is different types of what we call universal education. And although that may sound like it's good and it's all well and good, but ask anybody who has a degree, and if you have one, ask yourself this: what is it that from that degree that I took and I am applying today? Now, I'm sure you're applying some of it, so don't say nothing, right? Maybe is it 25%? Is it 50%? Is it 75% or 100%? And I would venture to guess it's less than 25%. Now, I don't believe that not going to college or going to get a university degree is a bad thing. I don't believe that. I believe it could be a good thing for some people. But the reason I want to share this with you is because education is not necessarily what you get at school. It's what you learn as you go through school. It's education is learning how to study, learning how to find the answers. Education is you becoming you. You see, just because you have a degree doesn't mean anything. You can look at any college professor or in the world who teaches what we call education, or even high school, elementary, any teacher, educator, they call them educators, right? But are they the wealthiest? Are they the ones that have the most fruitful lives, if you will? And I don't mean that to disrespect them, but if they are the most educated and they're educating people, so they're the educators, shouldn't they be the most successful? And the truth is, it's not always the case. Some may not. Most may not, actually. So here's the deal. I wanted to share this with you because I think that there are more people out there that are successful as far as wealth, happiness, health, the things that they want in life that are not formally educated in a college, university, or some sort of structure. I think that the best way to get education is through experience and through specialized knowledge that you would need to be successful. For an example, in our companies today, we offer continuing education, if you will, through platforms that give you information and education on, let's say, sales or personal development, confidence, follow. We do education in taxes, scenarios, insurance, customer relations. You see, these, although they may sound like they're just skills for a job, but those are life skills. And those skills that you're using, that we teach, we don't just say, hey, learn this. We actually apply it. We take the knowledge, the education, if you will, and we apply it in business. See, I would venture to guess that most of the people that have ever encountered our company learn more working with us than they learned in any other company, or have learned in their actual, formal schooling, if you will, their education. Why? Because we're teaching practical things. if education was really the means to an end, if you will, then they would teach the things that would make you successful. Let me share some of those things and then we'll end this, right? Some of the most things that we need as people today that I know aren't taught in a traditional educational setting, that you'll have to learn on your own or you'll have to enroll in something else. How to be a good parent, how to be a good spouse, how to manage your money, how to invest your money, how to make money, how to be a good person, how to have manners, how to be respectful. These are things that I know you possess, but yet you had to acquire them outside of formal education. Now, I share that with you because I want you to expand your mind and realize that if you've ever said, oh, the reason I'm not successful is because I don't have a degree, I didn't go to school, I want you to know that that's not a true statement. You can be and have and do anything you want with the willingness, the real education. The real person that has an education knows that he can find the answer. That if he is not doing or she is not doing well in something, that they have the ability to find the answer to the problem, the solution. That is an educated person, not the guy who can tell me, what battle was won in 1921. Because to be honest with you, that's useless knowledge. Although it may be important, I can gain that knowledge by Google searching it. So I don't need to know it. You see, some things I don't need to know. Why? If I'm an educated person and I'm resourceful, I can find the answer. There are things in this world that we do not, let me repeat, that we do not need to know. There are things in life that you do need to know. And the way you find those things is through being resourceful and being a real educated person and finding the answer. So if you've ever beat yourself up and told yourself, oh, gosh, if only I had a degree, I'd be very successful. Henry Ford, the founder of the Ford Motor Company, had a 6th grade education. And his claim was, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I only have a sixth grade education. My job has always and always will be to produce motor vehicles. And I am specialized and knowledge in this because he took the time, the energy, and the resources, and he invested it into learning something, even though it wasn't what most people would have said is an education. Then once he figured that out, he said, I am good at making motor vehicles, and this is what I would do for the rest of my life. And then when they said, well, Mr. Ford, how would you manage finances? Or Mr. Ford, how would you know about history or culture? And he says, I employ people to give me those answers. Now, that wasn't a disrespect to people. He was trying to say, if I really needed to know something, I'll find the answer. But right now, I don't need those answers. So let me focus on what's really important, making motor vehicles. Well, let's say you now. Let's focus on what you're really trying to accomplish. And you know what? Focus on that. Be the best agent. Be the best tax pro. Be the best parent. Be the best spouse. Be the best member of your community. And you don't have to go to school for any of that. Be an educator to others by sharing the things, the values, the ideas that have made you successful, regardless of where you got them. I hope this helps you today understand that education is overrated. It's applied, it's utilized, it's organized educational knowledge that makes you successful. Thanks, guys. And I wish you nothing but success, health, and wealth and abundance in your life. Thank you for watching today's episode of The Daily.